Hi, I'm Mariah from mariahcause.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to actually pre-sell and validate your course idea before you actually create your course content. A lot of people think that they have to create all their course content before they actually sell their course, but this is totally backwards, and we're going to make sure that you know how to actually validate your course idea and make pre-sales before you dive into actually creating the entire course. So before we dive into today's topic, I want to remind you I have a free masterclass all about the details of how to launch your course. We get into all the strategy, the launch calendar, all that good stuff. It's totally free. I put the link in the description so you can check that out. Okay, so when it comes to validating your course idea, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you should do a survey, or you can ask your audience what they want, or hop on some calls with potential students and ask them if they would be interested in your course. However, the only true way to validate your course idea is to pre-sell it, okay? It's not enough to just do a survey or do some market research or talk to a few potential customers and tell them that they would buy it. The only way to really know for sure that people are gonna buy your course is to pre-sell it and to make actual pre-sales, okay? That's the only way to know for sure that your course has legs and that is actually going to work. So we don't want you to spend months and months creating a course that no one's actually going to buy, right? So we have this process called the Rapid Validation Webinar System. This is how all of our clients pre-sell their courses before they actually go and create all the content and do a big launch and all that kind of stuff. Our rapid validation system works really, really well. We've had clients do anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 to even 70 pre-sales just during this period in their launch. So this is just pre-selling your course before you've even created anything. This process is really simple. It only takes a couple weeks. And the purpose of this is not only to pre-sell your course so that you're kind of funding the creation of your course and you know for sure that people are going to buy it, but it's also so that you're creating some of the assets now that you're going to use later down the line when you do a bigger, more full launch. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'm going to show you exactly our process step by step of how we do a rapid validation webinar in order to pre-sell your course really easily. You don't need a sales page, you don't need a million emails, you don't need tons of complex stuff. Just this one system is going to help you pre-sell your course and make sure that you're creating something that people are actually going to buy. Okay, so let me walk you through the Rapid Validation Webinar System, how to pre-sell your course before you create it. This is so important, and I want to remind you that pre-selling isn't weird, okay? It's totally normal. Think about things like Kickstarter. People pre-sell stuff all the time, and the reason is that you want to get that proof that people are actually going to purchase it before you put a ton of time and energy into creating your course content, okay? So I'm going to walk you through this process. Now, just a reminder, in our paid programs, Launch Your Signature Course, and in our coaching program, The Accelerator, we give you all the templates, the slide templates, the email sequences. We give you all the stuff and the training and tools and templates you need to actually do this. Right now, I just want to give you the basic overview so you know what you have to do in order to pre-sell your course. So the first step in the rapid validation system is what I call copy stocking. This is our proprietary way of doing market research. This is how you're going to choose your initial idea to make sure this idea is even worth validating. So this is something like, copy stocking is basically this whole spreadsheet we give you with all these different categories, and we actually help you go and do market research and then categorize your findings into different sections so that you know that people are at least interested in this idea that you're talking about, right? So this is just going to help you choose your initial idea that you're going to be doing for your rapid validation webinar. And this is really just going out there, doing market research. You might go out and look at comments on your website or comments on YouTube videos or Amazon ebook reviews or things like that. So first you're going to do your copy stocking and a little bit of market research, and you're going to choose your initial idea. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you already have some little inkling of an idea of what you could teach. So this is our chance to expand on that and make it into something that we can actually validate. The next step is to outline your offer and your course, and then you're going to choose your price and name. So I want you to understand that this does not mean every single detail of your course. When I say outline your offer and outline your course at this stage when we're doing rapid validation, I'm talking really simple broad strokes, basic outline of what are you going to teach. And really, I just want you to ask yourself, what are the main learning objectives? What are the main results that people are going to walk away with? What are the main big things that people are going to learn, or the milestones that they're going to hit by going through your course? Okay, so this does not have to be exact every single lesson that you're going to teach. It doesn't have to be in the exact perfect order that you're going to teach it in, because after your rapid validation, if it's successful, you're going to go in and actually refine your course content and your course outline and your curriculum and all that stuff then. But for right now, it's just having enough of a basic outline of your course content, enough so that you have an idea of what you're actually selling, right? What you're actually going to pre-sell. And then we want to choose a price. Your price is going to be a special pre-sale offer. So it's actually going to be less expensive than what you ultimately want your course to cost, because there's a special pre-sale price for this rapid validation. And then we're going to choose a name. Again, this doesn't have to be the perfect end-all be-all name for your course, but let's just pick something that you're excited about, something that represents your course and really explains to people what it's about. Of course, we have, more resources for naming your course in our programs, but for right now, just pick a name. It can always change later, depending on how the rapid validation goes. Okay, the third step is making a plan for next steps if the course validates and makes pre-sales. So you definitely want to know what's coming down the pipeline if your rapid validation works and is successful. So if your rapid validation works, you want to know, what are you doing the day after? Start creating your course content, start working on your launch. We actually have an entire calendar of exactly what to do every single week after your rapid validation webinar, all the way up to your full launch and through creating all your course content and that kind of stuff. But you want to know what's coming next, because you don't want to validate your course, get a bunch of sales, and then be like, oh crap, what am I doing now, right? So make sure you know your plan, assuming that your rapid validation does validate and does work. The fourth step is creating your webinar assets. So the heart of a rapid validation webinar and the heart of this pre-sale is just doing one simple webinar presentation, okay? That's really all it is. So you're gonna create your webinar assets. I'm talking about your webinar slides, your emails, any images or mock-ups you might need to show what you're going to be teaching in your course. And then, of course, registration page, replay page, all that kind of stuff, everything you do for a normal webinar. Like I said, in our paid programs, in Launch Your Signature course and our other programs, we actually show you, we give you all the templates for the emails that you're going to send and the webinar slides. There's a template for that. So if you want that stuff, you can check that out. The next step is promoting your webinar and registration page. So for 7 days, you're going to publicly promote your webinar and your registration page so that people can sign up for your webinar, right? You're going to promote it on social media, promote it to your email list if you have one, any of the platforms that you're on. You're going to promote it everywhere and get people signed up. This is even the first kind of taste of something being validated. If you notice that there's a good response to the topic of your webinar, you know that you're already on the right track in terms of people are actually responding to at least the general topic that you're going to be teaching on, although we don't know for sure yet if people are going to buy the pre-sale. So the next step is you actually deliver your live webinar. So you promote it for 7 days, and then you're going to deliver the live webinar. This is where you actually pitch your course. And then we want you to send replay emails. So we do a replay period that's just 3 days. That's plenty of time to give people a chance to buy, to ask questions, to make sure it's for them. You're going to explain in the pitch that this is a pre-sale. What that means is that the course is actually going to be delivered about a month later. We explain all this in the program, but it's actually going to be delivered later. But if they buy now during the pre-sale, they get a really good price, okay? They get that awesome pre-sale discount. So that's really great and a good incentive for them. So you're going to send those replay emails, follow through on the whole thing. Sometimes people won't make a lot of sales live and they'll wonder if it's worth sending all the follow-up emails. Yes, always, absolutely. You always want to send those follow-up emails after. Okay, well, after your 3-day replay period ends and that pre-sale is over, you're going to assess how you did. So earlier in this process, it's really important to figure out what your threshold is for what you would consider a successful pre-sale. For some of our clients, they just want to make 5 pre-sales in order to justify creating their course. Some of our clients need to make 10 or 20 sales in order for it to be worth it to them. So you're going to decide what that threshold is for you. And it's really a personal choice what you want to do with your pre-sale. And if you can justify making your course with 5 sales or 20 sales, that's up to you. So once you actually wrap up your rapid validation webinar, you see the results of what you've done, you want to decide if the course is validated. And if it is, you're going to move forward with it. Okay. So if you've hit that threshold for your validation pre-sales, then you're going to move forward, start creating your course content to deliver to the people who bought during the pre-sale, and then you're going to start working on your larger launch. The other thing that can happen is that you don't reach your threshold. Let's say that in order to justify making this course, you knew that you had to make 5 sales in order for it to be worth it for you. If you only made 2 sales, that's okay. You get to go back, you can revisit your course idea, you can revisit your marketing or your positioning. You might need to tweak the way that you actually pitch your course or the way that you talk about it or position it. That's fine. You can go back and pivot and make tweaks. And I want to be really clear about this. If your course doesn't validate the first time, that means the rapid validation system did its job perfectly. Because what we're trying to avoid is that you spent months and months and months creating a course and then trying to launch it, only to find out at the end of the process that no one bought. So by doing the rapid validation, even if it doesn't validate, you still saved yourself months and months of time and energy and money wasted because you didn't go forward and create a course that nobody was going to buy, okay? So even in the worst case scenario of your rapid validation not necessarily validating, it still serves its purpose. It still does its job. And in the best case scenario, it validates, you make more than the sales you were hoping for, and you get to move forward into the next phases of creating and launching your course. So I have tons of other videos about that stuff, and I will link to those in the description. Like I said, just a reminder, we have a free masterclass all about the nitty-gritty details of the strategy of launching your online course. We actually walk through my actual launch calendar. We go through the emails, the webinars, all that kind of stuff. So the link to that is in the description. Go sign up for that, and I'll see you there.